Sit back and relax for an evening with the Thamesmen.
Hello,
George. How are you?
I'm good. I'm George. I'm in Los Angeles.
I'm Alexander. I'm in San Francisco. And you reached Thamesmen, you know. And the Thamesmen, we are a reaction channel and we're following the suggestions. So, you know, you're in safe hands.
I really don't know about that. You always say that, and I'm like, yeah, no, but we'll see.
Well, when it's unsafe hands, when we get to choose the music.
Well, that's on Thamesmen 2.
That is Thamesmen 2. We do have another channel, Thamesmen 2. George loves that channel, going on and on about it. And we just, I tell you what, Thamesmen 1 is taking up all our time. And I think we just got Billy Bothwell thinking we can run 2 channels.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, I was checking some comments on Thamesmen 2 today. And there was two fascinating. There was two fascinating things. One, Jeff Healy has over 500 likes. And what was the agreement if we got over 500 likes?
He goes on channel 1, which is our main one.
So which is actually appropriate because Jeff Healy's Canadian, and we're going to look at a Canadian band today. And so I think we've got to add some more Jeff Healy to our list. Okay. And the second one, the other one, which has been very popular on that channel, Billy Strings, and there was a note from his aunt.
No, Auntie Strings wrote a comment in the comment section. Yeah, that's really cool. I tell you what, Billy, you got a good aunt. anyone who looks out for their nephew or whatever, that's great. I really appreciate that. All right, so then,
and she was saying that what we'd seen was early stuff when he was sort of like doing just sort of picking with a couple of people. What she said and what other comments have said is you've got to see him with his band because the band and him are amazing. So I think maybe that's a Channel A thing. We do a bit of Billy Strings as well, I think. But anyway, that's another story.
Okay. Well, what have we got tonight, my friend?
Well, so this is a name that's popped up again and again. And we actually, honestly, hand on heart, have not seen anything from Devin Townsend, who is the artist. But I did a bit of reading on Wikipedia. Seems to be a very prolific Canadian singer-songwriter producer who bases his music across like a wall of sound, which sounded interesting to me, but with a sort of like heavy metal overtones. He has sort of hardcore elements. He has operatic elements. He has progressive elements. And so sounds like kind of intelligent. But like I said, this is completely going in blind right now. So
if you put it all together, it sounds like Meatloaf. Wasn't he Canadian?
Yeah, he wasn't he? I think, yeah. But yeah, anyway, yeah.
Maybe it's the winters up there. Maybe they got nothing to do with they turn all operatic.
Well, do you remember that band Anvil? Canadian?
Oh God! yeah. That was great. That was a really good documentary.
That was a lovely documentary. Yeah. Of course, Rush and Jeff Healy. So anyway, a lot of good bands. We should do like a Canadian week. But anyway, that's another story. Yeah. So going in cold, Devin Townsend. Official live video, song's Kingdom, apparently. We got a link sent to us by someone, so let's have a look and see what it's all about. So
well, there you go. I'm glad my friend is intelligent because I have got nothing. I know nothing but Devin Townsend.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just sounds like a county, a town in a county in England, doesn't it?
Spelled different. Devin doesn't matter to you, does it?
No, it doesn't matter to me. I'm dyslexic. Could be anything.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's a town in Cornwall. Are you ready?
It's in Devon.
It's next door, kind of the same sort of thing.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, straight out.
Oh, I'm so glad we did that one.
Wow.
You like that?
There's so much to talk about.
Wasn't that brilliant?
Well,
That. Talk about going in cold, not knowing anything.
well, first of all, going back to what you said on Wikipedia, the wall of sound.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a wall of sound.
So, but so many layers to it. It had just like that sort of machine gun drumming in the background, which
Unbelievable drumming,
just
great
driving.
kit.
Yeah, and then the guitars led in, and then the choral elements, and the female vocalist, and then his range, like just wow.
But you got that wall of sound, and you got that chugging underneath, and you got the triple time, quadruple time kick in the background. And then he goes and picks with his amazing vocal range, a really really nice operatic kind of gentle flow on top with all this mayhem and this wall of sound. It was beautiful.
It was like a whole soundscape. It was just we were talking about other bands earlier while we're offline. And it had those things I think that you were talking about.
Yes.
In that it had like interesting elements. It had the sort of the operatic, it had the key elements. It had so many things, like incredibly well produced. I think, it was like...
obviously they're doing a show with it, that couple that got married.
Montage,
coming in now, I don't know what that was, but in terms of, then he's bringing a theatrical part. So if you go to see him, so he's got the texture, he's got the wall of sound, he's got the operatic, he's got his vocal range and a beautiful melody, and then it's gonna be phenomenal to see.
I mean, honestly, no messing around. We knew nothing. It was really very much on our list. Devin Townsend. Okay, let's check it out. With very little knowledge, so I want to know more. I want to learn more about this. I think there's definitely got to be something here.
Some bands, with the Thamesmen, you're going cold. Some bands you hear like that, and you're just itching to know more. Why, who, what, where, because it was that phenomenal to hear something. We do a lot of bands to hear something come. I personally love the whole heavy wall of sound guitar with a kind of, as you said, the machine gun syncopation underneath. I love all that with this operatic above. It was for me. It was the perfect marriage, and I'm anxious to find out more and hear more
and do more tracks. I think in that area, because that was. I mean, tell us where we should go on here, because that was. I mean, do we want to do a score? Do you want to talk about scores and things like that, or do you just?
It's a very difficult one to score. It's a very difficult one to score because it's. Are you rating the performance? Are you going to rate the songwriting? Let's do it. Let's go out and give it a score. You ready? Let's go and do the wang or bang.
Bangers or banger or wanger.
Welcome back. This is going to be hard. Right, so number 11 is, obviously, Hey Jude. Number 1 is Bay City Rollers. So, George, my friend, this is going to be incredibly hard. Okay. 3, 2, 1, 9. Oh, my God, 10.
I mean, for me, like, the wonder of doing this reaction channel is we get to explore music, and we, like earlier we listened to the Black Keys, which I'd heard before, hadn't heard that track before, but I knew the sound of the Black Keys, so I knew kind of what to expect. I knew nothing about that, and as an experience was fantastic. It just like ticked all my boxes. Like you said, it had this complexity, it had this layers, it had this sound, it was fascinating. I want to know more. I want to hear it again. So I mean, for me, that makes it well up there because it is so just like I don't know, inspiring.
So I really totally respect your Dan. I'm not trying to knock you off your horse at all. Stay with it. It's good, because if I had an acoustic guitar and you were singing his vocal line over and playing and strumming the chords under, it would be as beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. But what he did do is he then because it was a beautiful vocal line he had. He's got a great vocal range, and then
Great voice, doesn't he? Wow.
Fantastic. And then a dodgy hat selection, but
I know. I liked his hat.
I know. I knew you would. You've also got dodgy hat selection. So
yes.
Then and then he's built this, and then to give him his credit, he's built this wall of sound, and he's I mean, like, in terms of style,
yeah,
he's on a field on his own.
Yeah,
so he's got to be lauded for that.
Yeah.
So, like you, I'm anxious to learn more. If there's anything that we should know,
everything we should know, honestly, from this point.
Key tracks for us to do next, to follow, to keep us, moving down the path. Absolutely fantastic. And then, obviously, if you don't mind, if you like and subscribe, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. We've got Australia Week, we've got Bowie Week, we've got New Romance. We got a lot of discovery and so yeah, I'd love for you to come along on a track, but we want to know more of that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We just need more hours in the day. We need like a crew editing and producing as we go, kind of thing, don't we? So one day one day.
But also we need to be replaced. That was the missing part of it all,
Yeah. Younger and better looking, and they'll probably do it, wouldn't they?
They're out there. They're called Alex and Andy.
Well, they are younger and better looking. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic. That really made my night.
Yeah, thanks. Speak to you soon.
Cheers. Oh,
flip side.